Hey Eve, I wanted to check in about those materials that I asked you to have ready by tomorrow. I just wanted to make sure that you were actually going to be finished making them in time. I see they haven't been submitted and it's already so late.
Hello, Mr. Brown. Thank you for reaching out to me outside of work hours. I'm a little confused as to what you mean by those materials for tomorrow. I thought that you knew your daughter Hillary was in charge of them.
But I told her to go and ask her supervisors for help making them if it was going to be too difficult for her to do it on her own. Do you know that she's new to the company? Are you seriously going to pretend like it's okay to leave this work undone just because it was specifically assigned to you?
I'm sorry if there's been some kind of miscommunication, Mr. Brown, but I've been checking in with Hillary every step of the way she's been doing this. And every time I've asked her if she's making progress or needs help, she always told me that things are going well. It was only today, right as I was supposed to be clocking out, that she came up to my desk and told me that she actually wasn't going to have it done on time at all. And that's when she asked me to take care of it for her. That's why I'm still at the office this late at night.
So there you go. You admit that you were slacking off doing your duties as her supervisor and failed to assess the actual progress being made. Honestly, I don't know why this company ever gives these kinds of roles to women. They always let their petty interpersonal drama get in the way of everything. And then you have the gall to try and put this all on an employee that you were supposed to be keeping an eye on?
Sir, are you really trying to pin all of this on me when I'm the one working hard to make sure this all gets finished before tomorrow?
It's obvious that you were being a bad supervisor and making Hillary feel uncomfortable coming to you with this matter. It's no wonder she waited until the last minute to ask for your help in finishing it up. You really need to think about the environment you're making for our employees.
Even if that was true, the fact of the matter is that Hillary didn't ask for my help in finishing it. She gave me what she had done and told me to do the rest for her. She told me she had plans that she couldn't miss and then left the office.
And now you're trying to pin this all on my daughter just because she had plans for tonight? Who knows how long she's had this on her agenda? Hillary is still young. Do you understand that? You shouldn't be wasting her youth with busy work. Besides, it's like you said, it was time to quit for the day, and there's no reason why my Hillary should ever have to work overtime. If you're not going to do your job in making sure she gets her work done during work hours, then of course it's all going to fall back on you.
Are you serious, Mr. Brown? I told you that I checked in with Hillary over and over again.
Well, clearly you were doing something wrong or else none of this would have happened at all. Now quit trying to blame my daughter for your screw-ups. If my daughter asks you to finish her work for her, you just nod and say yes, ma'am. I hope you're ready to spend all night at the office.
So you really aren't going to talk to your daughter about making sure this doesn't happen again? Do I understand that right?
She has a right as an employee to refuse to work past regular hours. And as her superior in the office, you need to quit abusing your power and recognize that right of hers. If she says no to more work at the end of the day, then obviously any work that was left undone under your watch would fall to you.
I really don't think that's the company policy. And anyways, it wasn't that she couldn't do the work, it's that she wasn't doing any work. Even though I was repeatedly reminding her to do so, not only that, but this isn't the only problem like this I've had with her.
Well, you really do have some nerve trying to pass off all of your failures onto your underlings. You're the more experienced employee, so this is on you to fix.
Okay, then I understand, but that being said, I do have one more thing to ask of you, sir. When we've gone out for company dinners, Hillary was paying for her share with the company's end of your party fund. Not only that, but she's been caught taking money from that fund to go out and eat by herself as well. This is a textbook case of embezzlement, and it really is a serious issue. So could you at least talk to her about that? Sir, are you really asking me to just overlook her stealing from the company?
You really are such a cheapskate, do you know that? Do you really think that we're not going to be able to have any kind of fun events around here if one person is taking money out of the fund to treat themselves to lunch now and then? We're going to be just fine. And you really need to stop trying to get Hillary in trouble for every little thing she does.
Sir, are you really asking me to just overlook her stealing from the company? Have you ever done something like this in your time here?
Why do you keep using those words? Stealing? Embezzling? It's nothing like that at all. Well, it's just certainly not those things.
I see. So then should I tell the rest of the staff to start paying for their own lunches with company money? Because it sounds to me like you're saying that's an acceptable thing to do.
You know that isn't okay. If that many people were taking from the fund, then higher-ups would surely notice. That's why my daughter and I are the only ones who can do that. Got it?
I really don't think that's true at all, and you really haven't made a convincing case for yourself.
Well, if you don't like it, then you can just quit your job. What do you think about that? Because if you're not going to listen to what your boss has to say, then we don't need you here. Don't you ever forget your place in this company.
I see. Well, okay, I suppose I understand the situation better now, at least. I'll finish the rest of Hillary's work before the end of the night. See you tomorrow, Mr. Brown. Hey there, Eve. I was looking over the work that you left on my desk last night, and this looks perfect. Thank you so much. Even my dad was saying what an amazing job you did with all of this. I know that I should have left all this work for you. But man, I really didn't think that a company would let me get away with doing something like that. You only got away with doing it because your dad got you your job in this department. But if you ever go and find another job, I really wouldn't recommend acting the way that you have been. For example, the day after I turned in your work for you, I also saw that you left a receipt for what appears to be a night of drinking and expensive food at a bar. What exactly do you want me to do with this? What do you mean, what do I want you to do with it? I used the company card to pay for it, so I want you to take it off our records. Well, this wasn't a work expense, so I guess what I'll do is create an invoice for you to pay back what you spent on the card. Oh, Eve, you really are just so funny. Do you know that? But now, this receipt is related to work. You see, I've had to drink more to keep up with the stress of this job, so therefore the company should be paying for my outings. I see. Well, as compelling as that is, that goes against company policy, so I'm afraid I can't make that happen. Oh, really? But I was talking to my dad and he told me to just leave the receipt on your desk for you to take care of. So are you really going to pretend like you know more about how this company works than my dad? You do know that he's your boss, right? You really need to learn your place in this company, Eve. I appreciate your reminding me of that, but the thing is that your father doesn't have the right to make that call either. In fact, neither of you should be using company money for personal outings. Listen to me. You should know that I have a date with the CEO of this company, okay? So if things go well, then I am going to become the wife of the next CEO. That means that I'll be higher up than you could ever hope to be. I see. So you're basing this all off one date that you haven't had yet? Sometimes I wonder why I even bother with you at all. It's all part of my dad's plan to help us climb up this corporate ladder, and I am his secret weapon. I see. Well, that's just quite creepy, but it also doesn't have anything to do with me or this. So you can have whatever love life you want, but while you're at work, you are expected to do your job and follow the company rules. Yeah, some unmarried old hag like you would try and go on a power trip with me, but don't be jealous just because I'm getting married and you're still single. You keep going on about separating the personal from the business, and yet here you are bullying me all day just because I have a love life and you don't. That is not what is going on here in the slightest. I am talking to you every day about the fact that you never do any work. You go out drinking on the company dime and you leave all your duties for me to take care of. Is that how you think you should be behaving at your age? You really just know how to push my buttons, don't you? I had no idea you were such a cruel, horrible woman. I'm sorry if you think I'm being mean, but someone needs to put their foot down and let you know that you can't act like this. You need to take responsibility for your job. I'll have you know that I am working my tail off. I work so hard every single day. All I want is a little break to recompose myself now and then, but you would rather I just work myself to death for this place. If you really can't handle the work being asked of you here, then maybe you should quit. Because everyone else here was hired for their qualifications and experience. You only got this job because your dad insisted that we hire you over much more qualified candidates. And since the day you started working here, I haven't seen you do your job once. And here I thought you were so much nicer, but I see that people only have value to you around here if they work and do whatever you say. Do you really think that's any way to treat people? Hillary, Literally, what are you talking about? This is a company where we have work that needs to get done in order to meet certain deadlines. If someone isn't doing their work, then they don't belong here. You're the one who doesn't belong here. Ugh, you've got me so stressed out. I really need a drink. Just leave me alone. Wait, what? Are you really just ending this conversation here? You better not be using company money on yourself.
Hey, when are you finally going to learn to quit pushing my limits, huh? Did you know that your bullying finally made my poor daughter break down into tears? I thought I told you to learn your place in this company.
My place in this company? My place in this company is as Hillary's supervisor, so if she doesn't do her work, I have a duty to speak to her about that. I really don't see how you can accuse me of doing anything wrong.
Well, you're taking this way too far. I'm going to see to it that you're fired for what you've done to my daughter. You should have listened to me when I warned you the first time, but now you're really going to pay for it.
And just what did I do that constitutes a fireable offense, huh? Because I haven't heard of any company ever choosing to defend an employee guilty of not working. I can't see how anyone would see my actions as incorrect.
Except for the fact that you're forgetting that I'm our boss. Now submit your letter of resignation to me, and let's just get this over with.
Okay then, I'll quit. But I won't be giving you my letter. I'll be handing it to my father.
Your father? What do you mean? Don't tell me that you meant to type the company president, but you had a slip and typed out father instead? That's worse than calling a teacher mom in school. I mean, even up to the very end, you just keep making mistakes.
That wasn't a mistake, although it wouldn't matter whether I called him dad, father, or the company president, since they're all the same person.
Wait a second. What? Are you saying that your dad is the company president?
That's exactly what I'm saying, Mr. Brown, and he isn't one to take nepotism lightly. It's clear to anyone who hears the facts about what's been going on who is in the right and who is in the wrong. So I hope you're ready for what's in store for you next.
Wait, are you serious? I mean, I thought it was funny that you two share the same last name, but I thought it was just coincidence. I mean, both your last names were Smith. I thought that was just a really common last name.
That's why I didn't even bother trying to hide my name. I figured that everyone would think the same way that you did. And so that's why I never told anyone who my real father was.
But I don't understand. Why would they hide something as important as that from me, your boss?
Because I really didn't think it was all that important, and because I don't like using my family to get what I want. I knew that if people knew who I was related to, that I would never be treated equally.
But I should have known who you were. I mean, had I known that you were the daughter of the CEO, then I would never treated you like this.
I see. So you're saying that the way you treat employees is all connected with how much influence they might have over your career? Because I'm afraid that I've already left my desk and was going to deliver my letter of resignation to the top floor.
No, wait, stop. You can't do that, please. I can't be responsible for firing the daughter of the CEO. Please, let's just forget all about this, okay? You don't have to talk to your dad at all. Let's just all get back to work and pretend that none of this ever happened.
I'm afraid that it's far too late to try and do any of that. Besides, what would getting back to work even mean in an office where you and your daughter treat this place like your personal playground?
What are you talking about? But I promise you that the two of us are going to really start doing our jobs from here on out. I'm so sorry if you were concerned at all about our performance, but I promise to have a talk to my daughter about these very serious issues.
Wow, you really about-faced so hard. I'm not sure whether I should be laughing or cringing at that. Who was the one who was just telling me that they would defend Hillary's slacking off?
You're right. That was wrong of me, and I realize that now. I've been too soft on my daughter, and I promise to have a very stern conversation with her. Just please don't go and talk to your father about any of this yet.
No, I really can't understand, and I am going to be talking to my dad. I have seriously had it with the two of you. You have broken so many rules and violated so many policies to just serve yourself and Hillary. Did you really think that I was just going to let you get away with all of this like it was nothing?
I hope you can understand. Please, I really had no idea whose daughter you were. If I did, then I would have never acted in the way that I did towards you. It's just that, well, you know, these companies have strict structures, and sometimes I need to enforce them on underlings like I was doing with you.
I wonder if you even realize the doublespeak that you engage in all of the time. Do you realize how many contradictions you're full of? Maybe if you actually showed any level of self-awareness, then I wouldn't feel the need to go through with this.
Please, I'm begging you not to talk to your dad about this. It would cost me my job.
Well, thankfully for you, my dad doesn't come back from a business trip until tomorrow. But he may have some words to exchange with you when he is back. Anyways, that's all I have to say on the matter. What could you possibly have to say to me now? Are you really going to pretend like you're sorry for what you did just because you got caught? Besides, after what you pulled, the police are going to get involved too.
But please, surely we can just forget about all this, right? I just lost my temper is all.
I don't care what excuse you have yourself. Letting you stay in this office any longer is putting all employees at risk. I mean, you were really trying to hurt me, I could tell. But I guess you thought that just because I'm a woman means that I would be weak, huh?
I just didn't expect you to be so strong.
Well, I've been doing judo ever since I was little. I throw men twice your size and triple your strengths on the mat like it's nothing. But the fact that you tried to ambush me in the parking lot, cover my mouth with your hand, you're nothing but a coward.
Please, I didn't think that he would be able to fight back. Just give me one more chance. I'll even work for free. Just please, don't go to the police about this.
It's far too late for any of that. I've already told my dad everything. You should have seen how angry he got, but don't worry, you're still allowed on company property for one more day. After all, my dad still wants to talk to you. So anyways, go to the top floor and have your conversation with him. And by the time you're finished cleaning out your desk, the police should be on the ground floor ready to pick you up. After I told my dad everything, including what Mr. Brown tried to do to me in the parking lot, he was furious. It was actually his own staff that had to hold him back from leaping at Mr. Brown and attacking him when he entered his office. After he caught his breath, my dad explained to Mr. Brown that he and his daughter were being let go and were also being sued by the company for embezzlement. Mr. Brown was also facing a lawsuit from me as well for his attempted assault. In the end, he owed so much in legal fees that he had to go deep into debt to pay it all back. My dad also made sure that he would never work in this town again through his connections and networks. I requested a restraining order against Mr. Brown and his daughter in case they ever tried to get revenge on me. After his firing, however, I was promoted to Mr. Brown's position as department chief. Since then, both productivity and employee satisfaction have been at their highest point in years.
Hey! Did you not clean the toilet or anything in the bathroom after I used it this morning? I've told you plenty of times now that after I get out of the toilet in the morning, you are to clean it.
Excuse me?
You're only working as a remote employee now, so you should be able to manage something simple like cleaning my crap out of the inside of the toilet.
Peyton, I was wondering what you were going to start talking about just then. I'll have you know that I cleaned the toilet for you last night already. If that wasn't enough to make you happy, then how about you clean the toilet after you're done using it instead?
Huh? You're gonna talk back to me now, even though I'm the one allowing you to live in this home?
How about yourself? We are both working full-time jobs right now, so I don't want to hear from you that you're the reason I get to live here.
Shut up. I'm the one making way more than you.
No, you are not.
What?
To tell you the truth, ever since the start of this year, I've started to make more money than you.
Huh?
Ever since January, I took on a new position that has me making a better salary within the same company. Which means I am now making another $350 more than you every month. So there you go, Peyton.
What did you just say? You stop working that job right now!
Excuse me?
I've never ever heard of a woman making more than a man before, especially when that woman is the man's wife. So you cut that crazy crap out right now!
Are you insane?
What?
The whole reason I'm working this job in the first place is because you barely make enough to support the both of us. How about you think a bit more before you speak, child? Now, I'm still working, unlike someone here, so I need to get back to work.
Hey, but the toilet!
Clean up your dang crap yourself!
Damn it!
Good morning, Mercy. Do you have time to chat right now? Good morning, Martha. And sure, what would you like to talk about? Did something come up? I just got back from my vacation and thought that I'd stop by today to drop off the gifts I got for you both. Would it be all right with you if I swung by this afternoon? Oh, that's right. You went out to Colorado the other day, right? Well, I hope you had a relaxing trip home. It was a wonderful little vacation, and the flight back wasn't all too bad either. If you're wanting to come over this afternoon, then that should be perfectly fine with me. Actually, do you think I could come over right now? Or do you have something going on? Right now I'm close to a deadline for work. I didn't realize that this week would be my last for this project, so I'm having to cram all of my work in right now in order to finish. Oh, no. Then I should probably stop texting you right now so that you can focus on your job, right? Oh, I'm sorry that I didn't bring this up at the beginning. No worries, it's my fault for forgetting that you'd be working at this time on a weekday. I'll make sure to come by this afternoon with the gifts I have then, and I'll send you a text before I arrive. Good luck with that project now. Well, thank you so much, Martha. I look forward to seeing you this afternoon. Mercy, sorry for taking so long to send you this text. I had something else come up that took me away from sending you a text. No problem, Martha. So you'll be coming to the house now, right? As long as you're free now, I'd love to stop by with the gifts I have for you guys. But, before I can do that, there's something I'd like to ask you. And what's that? Well, this is about your mom, Veronica. Have you been in touch with her at all recently? You're asking about my mom? Well, now that you mention her, I've been so busy recently that it's been over a month now since I last heard from her. We don't normally talk all that often anyway, so I didn't think anything of her not sending me anything. Honestly, if she was ever needing to talk to me about anything, she would call me. She also happens to live 10 minutes away from this house by bike, so it's not like she couldn't come and see me in person. I see. Did something end up happening between you and my mom? Listen, Mercy, about her. This morning I went to the supermarket to pick up some groceries, and I ran into your mom by coincidence. And, well, it just seemed like she was very upset when I said hi to her, like she didn't want to see me there. What? Was she giving you the side eye or something then? Not like that, not like that. I mean, she was a bit on the thinner side, like she hadn't been healthy for some time. Normally, she's a very fit-looking woman, so I was a bit shocked to see her in such a skinny state. I went and asked her if there was anything wrong, but she just shook her head and said no before walking off. Is that right? Well, thank you so much for noticing that something's been up with my mom and letting me know about it. So, with that, I was thinking that since I'm stopping by pretty soon, both you and I could head over to go and see your mom and see what's really going on with her. You'd want to head over there right now? This is just a feeling I have regarding her, but it seems that right now is the only time we can act before something goes wrong. I would hate to check up on her by myself since I'm your mother-in-law, but with you being her daughter, I thought it would be best that you go and see what's up. She would probably feel more comfortable talking to you about whatever issues she has at the moment, right? So, could we both go over and check on her? Understood. I'll get myself ready, and once you're here, we can both head over to her place. Thank you again for letting me know about her.
Hey! Now you're not even bothering to clean the shower or anything? Are you gonna keep that up? I told you so many times before that I'm tired when I get home from putting in some hard work. So I would like to come home to a clean shower that's already running hot for me so that I may hop right in. Also, I just took a massive dump in the toilet, so get in here and clean it out right now.
What the hell are you whining about right now by yourself? I'm pretty sure when it came to the shower, we talked about how the first person to use it was the one to get it warmed up and ready. And I've told you already that if you're going to make a mess in the toilet all the time, you can clean it up yourself.
Shut the hell up. If you don't get this done in 5 minutes, I'm gonna get your mom and have her clean my stinky crap up for me.
What was that?
I've been thinking about a lot of things lately. And the conclusion I've come to based on how you always act towards your husband is that your mom didn't do a good enough job raising you to be a proper wife. So I've decided that from now on, I'm gonna start telling this straight to your mom and having her start to show me that she is sorry for the inexcusable woman you've turned out to be. So the next time you don't listen to a word I say, I'm gonna make this your mom's problem and have her come here to scrape up my crap instead. I'll make sure to put whatever youth she had left in her to good use here.
I have something to tell you from your mom, Peyton. She said you clean your shit up yourself, you dick.
What?
Peyton.
Huh? What?
What Mercy just said to you was word for word what I told her to say. I think it's time you start cleaning up your own shit for a change, you asshole.
Mom? Wait, why?
You're asking me why? Because I'm with Mercy right now and saw what you were saying to her just a second ago. And that's why I'm talking with you now about that toxic behavior of yours.
You guys are together right now?
And if you'd like to hear what the cherry on top of all this is, it's that we're both with her mom right now as well.
Why? Why are all three of you together right now?
I'm not going to sit here explaining all the details to you right now after what I just saw from you. I never thought that my son would turn out to be such an awful husband. I'm so embarrassed right now that there are tears coming out of my eyes.
I can't believe you guys are all together right now. Why?
So, what was it that you said? Were you just saying to Mercy that her not listening to you is because her mom failed at raising her to be a proper woman? Was that what you were saying?
Have you been reading everything we've been saying?
Just remember that a statement like that can go both ways, boy.
What?
If the husband is not listening to his wife enough, that must mean that his mother never did a good enough job raising him to be a proper man, right?
Huh?
Thank you so much for saying all of that to her at this perfect time. I never thought that I'd have to learn how much I failed my 30-year-old son after he started to say things like that to his wife after the way he's already been treating her. Guess I'll have to make up for all of that now.
Wait a sec. You don't have to do anything here, Mom. Stay out of this. I never said anything about you, Mom. And don't even begin to think that I meant you failed me in any way.
That's enough from you, Peyton. Well, now that you've made me aware of just how much you still need to learn, I'll begin taking care of you once again, to make sure you are better educated about becoming a proper man.
What? Mercy, help me! I never meant any of that, as though I didn't think you were appropriately raised by your mom or anything, okay? I was a bit, there's this guy at work, alright? And he just so happens to be the breadwinner in his household. He told me that even though his wife and him are both working full-time, that it's his wife's job to take care of all the chores at home. He also told me that since the man is always the one making the money to support the household, there's no reason for him to work, because everybody should already understand he does more than enough. That was the advice he gave me about becoming a stronger man. So,
Oh, you're talking about that really bossy husband who happens to work in the same department as you?
Wait, do you already know about him?
His wife happens to be a friend of mine that I made back in college.
Are you kidding me?
And today they got a divorce.
What?
Would you like to know what the reason was for that divorce? The reason was exactly the same as what you've been doing to me. His wife, my friend, just so happened to be the breadwinner in the house, but her husband was too stuck in his ways of acting like the man of the house should be king no matter what. And after a couple weeks and months of being treated like garbage, even though she was making the money and doing everything, she snapped. She slapped him so hard across the face that he passed out for a couple of seconds, only to wake up to her saying she was divorcing him. So today she went to the courthouse and handed in the divorce papers.
What? No way!
By the way, why are you texting me right now?
What?
Right now, your mom is wanting you to clean not only the toilet, but the whole bathroom as well as the shower, and then go clean the entire kitchen, right? I'm not going to sit here and let you slack off from your chores.
I'll get back to work right now, so please don't say anything to my mom about me slacking off.
Hi, Martha. I just wanted to let you know that Peyton just went on a rant about how he didn't mean to say I was a bad wife or anything, like he was trying to excuse himself after being an asshole. I see. So you and him were just talking? Could you tell that he was slacking off? I'm sure he thought he had a chance to get some rest because I'm at the supermarket right now. But unfortunately for him, I placed cameras all over the house that I'd normally use for my cat in order to watch what he's been doing while I'm gone. I can see everything he's doing there right now. Is that right? So you're watching him with the cameras meant for your cat? Seeing that he's not yet behaving himself, I'll make him clean the stairs and front porch when I get home. Ah. I think it's going to be a very long time before he learns his lesson.
Mercy! I can't take this anymore. Please help me.
What is it now?
Where the hell have you ran off to? I just got home and it's all clean and everything. But when I had a look in the fridge, I noticed that there was no food at all that was made up for me. There isn't even any beer in the fridge right now. I can't find you anywhere in this house. You're not even in your office working. Where the hell did you run off to when there's still cooking that needs to be done?
I'm at my parents' house.
What?
Since you're home now, that would mean you finished up all the chores that your mom asked for you to do today.
That's right.
Yet even after all of that work she had you do to teach you a lesson, you're still talking to me with that tone?
I have thought a lot since I started doing those chores. That house is my mom's house, and this house is mine. I understand that my co-worker that ended up getting divorced had that happen to him because he tried to be a king. But all I am is the perfect breadwinner, and I want to make this place my perfect home.
I always thought there was a medication for everything, but I suppose some things just cannot be treated.
Huh?
Listen here, Peyton. Your hopes of having the perfect household where you got to be this perfect breadwinner has been skewed from the start.
Huh? How are my hopes skewed?
We're getting a divorce.
What?
You'd better be very happy that I'm not doing the same thing to you that my friend did to her husband.
You can't leave me! Mercy! I don't want a divorce!
I have no frickin' idea what that guy was trying to do in the end there. I thought for sure after Martha has gotten her way with him, he would have been a changed man and would have been a lot more open-minded. But even she already knew it was too late for her overbearing son and told me that I had to get away from him soon before he began to realize I was over him. She told me it was time for a divorce and that she'd make sure he signed the papers. Martha even told Peyton herself to let me leave him, before giving a heavy sigh and saying that she no longer wanted to see him anymore. After both myself and his mom cut ties to him, I was able to get the divorce I wanted and was free. However, half a year later, things would become a lot worse for the already corrupted man. He ended up having to quit his job at work after trying to make a move on one of the girls in his office, only for her to tell HR and have them start questioning him. This then led to the company doing a full investigation into him based off what was said, and even after quitting, more and more things came up. What he'd been saying and doing to female employees there went so deep that he ended up being asked to pay 4 separate settlements from 4 different women he had worked with. The total amount ended up being so much that not even his savings could pay it all off, and so he had to go into debt in order to afford not being taken to court. Unfortunately for Peyton, though, him not having a job meant that he couldn't borrow money from the bank, and so he was forced to borrow from loan sharks, who soon wanted their money back. But instead of breaking his legs as a warning for not paying them, the loan sharks instead had him taken away in an unmarked truck to a warehouse out of state where he is now working all day and night to make up for the money he took from them.